Hi guys, it's Carol. Grandma is on her soapbox today. Thank goodness Rachel Hug has a channel called Rachel Dally Hug, pointed out something to me. And Rachel, I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, my last video, my pet peeve was trying to get those dog chew bones out of the packaging that Hearts makes for dogs. She commented that she would never give her dog something made in China. And I was going, what? And sure enough, I looked. Those are made in China. I don't want things from China put in my dog's mouth, or my mouth especially. That's one reason I don't buy food at dollar type stores. I'm just kind of leery about them. But anyway, that's not this subject. This subject is vitamins and supplements. I take a lot of them. Vitamin D, this is not a sponsored video, everybody. These companies are not paying me to say this by any means. I take vitamin D. For some reason, my body just does not produce vitamin D. When I first started going to the family doctor I go to now, she ran the drug, the blood panels on everything, and my vitamin C level was 0. And at that time, I lived in a house with a yard, I had a garden, and I loved to be outside. I would stay outside 3 to 4 hours a day, messing around with my garden, messing around with my flowers, playing with the dogs outside, sitting on my swing outside. I love to be outside. And I was outside a minimum of 3 to 4 hours a day. And I had 0 vitamin D. So she told me to start taking vitamin D supplements. I have for years now. And I'm just barely in the okay range for vitamin D, just barely. So I've been taking vitamin D. Biotin is a supplement, biotin, that I take because without it, my fingernails break daily. I can just bump into something and my nails crack and break. But after I started taking biotin, which is supposed to be for hair, skin, and nail health, my nails stopped breaking, which was wonderful because they would be broken down into the quick. My doctor told me I needed to take B vitamins. B vitamins. I take a multivitamin because sometimes I eat poorly because I can't buy organic food. There is no money for organic food. Often I eat poorly just because of finances. Fruits are extremely expensive. Vegetables aren't cheap. I bet anybody that's poverty level, their diet stinks. But it's just because of finances. So anyway, I take a multivitamin just to make sure that's covered. Then L-theanine. I take this every day. Timmy, get away from Andy. Timmy is my Yorkie. He loves my daughter's beagle, Andy, who stays with us most of the time. And Andy does not like Timmy to be on his back. Timmy just loves him, and he wants to lay by him, and he wants to smell his mouth, and he wants to sleep by him. And Andy says, get out of my space. But anyway, L-theanine, my psychiatrist suggested I take this for anxiety. What I was told is it's an all-natural source, similar to Xanax, but it's a lot cheaper and it's natural. Take 2 of these a day and your anxiety will be better. Not 2 of them, 200 milligrams. I take 2 of these because they're 100. That's why I take this, because I have horrible anxiety issues. Then, you know, I suffer with major depressive disorder. I've had it. I'm going to say all my life, but I've been taking medication for it. I've been under psychiatrist care for decades. And depression causes brain fog. It's a typical part of having depression. You have brain fog. Some other medications I take, prescription drugs, say may cause brain fog. My brain is foggy. My brain is foggy. That's why I have trouble reading. I can't, my cognitive thinking is all messed up. Well, choline is supposed to help with cognitive thinking. So I take that. Then I take fish oil for heart health. I think I've shown you everything I take. Oh, usually I take vitamin C. I'm just out because I've had a rash of colds and I'm just run out. But I usually take extra vitamin C. Oh gosh, my zinc pills are somewhere, and my elderberry, I'll have to look and see where they're made. Anyway, out of these three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things I take. The Walgreens brand does not say that I could find where the ingredients come from. The rest say, one of them says distributed by Walmart in Bentonville, Arkansas. Distributed by. The rest say product of China. One of them says product of China and the United States. One says product of Canada, Germany, Switzerland, and China. So all of these come from China, except the two that it doesn't say where they come from, the multivitamin and the one that says distributed by Walmart. But it's the same, this is the one that says distributed by, but they're all Spring Valley. So, well, that made me mad. I do not want to take vitamins from China. I've never been to China, but I've heard that their standards aren't quite like ours. So I did some research. I read an article from the Seattle Times, and it said, if you take vitamin C, it almost certainly came from China. They produce 95% of the vitamin C that's distributed in the world. There is one other place that, one other exporter of vitamin C, and that's Scotland, but it costs 3 times as much. So, you know where our vitamin C is coming from. Okay. Biotin that I take for my nails. There is no known manufacturer outside of China. Vitamin D often comes from lanolin or wool grease, is what that is, from Australian and New Zealand sheep. But it's then shipped to China, where it's exposed to ultraviolet light, mimicking the process that our skin uses to create vitamin C. Obviously, my skin doesn't do that. There is, now this was all from an article from Popular Science. That's where I got this information. The thing about 95% of the China being the largest vitamin C exporter, that came from a Seattle newspaper. The rest is of this information I'm sharing with you came from Popular Science magazine. Okay. Somewhere in Texas is a plant that manufactures beta carotene, but basically no vitamin manufacturing plants are in America. Now, there are thousands of plants that make the pills, but the raw ingredients predominantly come from China. as you can see. So, I'm going to either quit taking supplements or talk to my doctor and see what are we going to do about this. Is there, I mean, if all the ingredients predominantly come from China, obviously I can't just buy a more expensive vitamin, which I probably couldn't afford anyway, because, you know, you saw my budget on that video. There's no wiggle room for anything. Vitamin D, I don't know what I'll do about vitamin D, because I am in the sun a lot. L-theanine, I need for my anxiety. B vitamins. My blood work on B vitamins always comes back lousy. Fish oil. I want to take, it's omega-3. I want to take care of my heart. And I really, really like taking the biotin so my fingernails don't crack. I mean, daily. At least one, if not several, will break daily. But I don't want to take them because they're from China. So what in the heck am I going to do? I guess I'm going to look at my diet and try to cover it that way. I see my doctor in another month or two. I'm going to talk to her about it and see what she says. I'm afraid to even ask where my prescription drugs are, where the raw ingredients come from, because there are some of those I just simply cannot live without. In fact, the 3 prescriptions I have, I can't live without. So, anyway, that's my rant for today. I am very disgusted and unhappy. And I'm so grateful, Rachel Hug, that you mentioned that about the Hearts chew toy. I never dreamed that Hearts products come from China. I never buy doggy toys at dollar type stores because I figure there's no telling where they come from. I try to buy quality things for my dogs to the extent I can afford. And I just never had looked on the Hearts packages to see where those were made. That was quite an eye-opener. So that's what I'm ranting about today. I just can't believe it. I'm just so perturbed over this because some of these things I think really help me. But, oh, I have some other information. Let me see. I've got this stuff written down so I don't make up stuff telling you. Let me see if I can find my other one. Okay. Oh, this is very interesting. You know, we buy this, we assume that the FDA, Federal Drug Administration, probably says it's okay, right? That's what we think the FDA does. Well, because these are dietary supplements, they fall under the Supplement and Health Education Act, which forbids the FDA from requiring that supplement manufacturers have to prove that their products are safe before selling them. That act forbids the FDA from making them prove it. Popular Science said they suggest you go to... Dogs, please do not bark. Mommy's busy. You get your information from a place that test them. The best one they suggested is, what they think is the best, is a website called consumerlab.com. But it's available by subscription. So you have to pay to get the information to see what they found out by testing it. Popular Science says, it is kind of crazy. You have to send someone to a subscription-based website to get a true answer as to whether the product you just bought is actually what it says it is.